A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John, chapter 8, verses 1 to 11. The passage is taken from the Message version of the Bible. Jesus went across to Mount Olives, but he was soon back in the temple again. Swarms of people came to him. He sat down and taught them. The religion scholars and Pharisees led in a woman who had been caught in the act of adultery. They stood her in plain sight of everyone and said, "Teacher, this woman was caught red-handed in the act of adultery. Moses in the law gives orders to stone such persons. What do you say?" They were trying to trap him into saying something incriminating so they could bring charges against him. Jesus bent down and wrote with his finger in the dirt. They kept at him, badgering him. He straightened up and said, "The sinless one among you, go first. Throw the stone." Bending down again, he wrote some more in the dirt. Hearing that, they walked away, one after the other, beginning with the oldest. The woman was left alone. Jesus stood up and spoke to her. "Woman, where are they? Does no one condemn you?" "No one, Master." "Neither do I," said Jesus. "Go on your way. From now on, don't sin." The Gospel of the Lord.
Let us now listen to a short reflection on the Holy Gospel according to St. John, chapter 8, verses 1 to 11. Love doesn't throw stones. A woman caught in adultery is brought to Jesus by the elders for judgment. They hoped that Jesus would make some pronouncement contrary to the law of Moses in order to trap him. The stories of both Susanna in the first reading and the adulterous woman in the Gospel are powerful expressions of justice and divine mercy. Even the Pharisees might not have expected Jesus to sentence the adulterous woman to death, since the Jews under Roman rule had no authority to do so. Jesus avoids the question of whether the woman was guilty or not. Rather than accusing the woman, he raises a counter question: whether there is anyone in his audience who is guiltless. He invites his audience to acknowledge their sinfulness before daring to point fingers at others. In the Gospel according to Matthew chapter 7 verse 1 to 5 we read, "Stop judging so you will not be judged." As Jesus taught, the greatest commandment is to love God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and to love your neighbor as yourself. These two commandments are the foundation of the entire law and the prophets. Before criticizing the splinter in your brother's eye, let us acknowledge the wooden beam in our eyes. It was not Jesus' intention to ignore the sin of the adulterous woman. Remember what he said, "Go and don't sin anymore." The mission of Christ is centered on forgiveness. His followers are expected to share the same mission, to forgive not 7 times, but 70 times 7. These days of close preparation for the Holy Week and Easter call us to reconciliation with God and God's people. Can I find time to approach the sacrament of reconciliation and also get reconciled with people?